Okay. Objective 8 test video. I'm going to restart the localhost development server. The objective is users should be able to send text messages within the group chat. I have a user account open. I have a bunch of groups. I'm going to be using test3, this one up here, to test today. The first test case is to send a message hello in the group the user is part of. Obviously, the user is part of this as it's shown from the group list. And of course, we've checked whether the group list is effective in other testing videos. So hello. So as we've got the correct date, we've got the correct time. You can see in my screen, and it says hello. So that test case has been passed, and we'll also cross-reference these test cases with the database at the end all in one go. Next one is to attempt to send an empty message. So by an empty message, I mean a literally empty message with no characters in it, or just a bunch of spaces. Any number of spaces, basically. So we're going to try that out. So first, no characters at all. Get to write error message. Obviously, to send messages, I'm just clicking on the enter key to make life a bit easier. But if I do the same thing, click on the send button directly, still just it works the exact same way. Now, a couple more spaces. And it still says please enter a message, which is good. I only passed that test case. Obviously, database at the end, I remember. Now we're going to send a message with numbers, emojis, and special characters, which is this one. And it worked. We have the date, time, and it says you. And clearly that test has been passed. Okie dokie. Now we are going, you can see the group ID here in the URL, and it's 45 for test 3. Hello, hi, hello. Hello, back in. Now if I run that, we should be able to check the contents of the message table and see all the groups, the messages where the group ID is the same group ID that matches this group. Okay, and you can see that the message content match aligns perfectly. Hello, hi, hello. That long message, hello, hello. And of course, the dates and time match perfectly as well. Of course, this is an American date format. Here, of course, because that's just how MySQL works. Can't really get around that. And the application, the model part of the application, essentially the function that is responsible for sending the SQL query, its output converts that into it and the views part of the application, essentially in the routes.py. They work together, and that's enabled this to be converted into British date time formats. So we passed the 3 test cases. They were all sent. The 2 that were meant to be sent in viewable were sent in viewable. The error messages occurred when we wanted them to, and this data can be cross-verified with the database. So, yep, that concludes this testing video.